Monday, and we're talking about marketing stuff. I would love to know if you did what I recommended last week, which was to set up your Facebook page. I think everybody should have a Facebook page that is their business Facebook page, and ideally you have it so that you are featured and people can search for your name rather than your office's name and get that information. Some people have reached out to me and said we have to use the office because of contracts and whatnot, which is fine. It's not a big deal, because then there's still other ways to get people to be able to see you. But comment yes below if you've done that, and comment this week if you're going to get your page set up this week, and never if you're never going to do it, in which case you can probably stop watching. I had a lot of people reach out last week and they said, okay, I got my Facebook page, but what do I post? And so this week I wanted to talk about exactly what to post in a way that converts patients to, or converts potential patients to actual patients. Now, you can post like stuff from your academy website. You can post stuff about sunscreen or twisted ankles or those sorts of things. People already know where to find that information. If they're not sure what SPF sunblock, they're just going to Google it. If they're not sure what to do if their ankle's hurting, they're just going to Google it. And the likelihood of them finding you is reasonably low. What they want to find from you is the information, and not just the information, but the fact that you understand them and that their concerns are valid and you get it. So what that means is you can't just put like, here's what to do, here's how to put sunblock on, or here's how to help if you skin your knee, or here's what to do if you're coughing up blood. I mean, there's so many different things that you could talk about. And so what I like to help physicians do is to figure out how to focus on stuff that actually brings patients in the door. The easiest way to do that is to look at what your patients actually are telling you they're experiencing. And that easiest place to do that is just in your exam room. And so what I would do is look at the questions that you get on a regular basis, the stuff that you could answer in your sleep, make content about that, because those are the questions that people are asking online, or they're grappling with and they're not asking it, but they're thinking about it. And so what I would do is focus on those. And then once you've decided, okay, here's 3 things that I get asked about on a weekly basis, then what you can do is you can start making the content that actually answers those questions, and it answers it in several different ways. And I actually have a really nice little method thing that I have developed, because I found that it is difficult to have like a consistent way of talking. And so this is a little sticky note method, and I use sticky notes like all day long. If you've seen any of my profiles, I'm all out of focus too. If you've seen any of my online profiles, like I use sticky notes all the time, not just for the content that I make, but I actually like use a little sticky note and put that up, and so that people can see what I'm going to talk about, so they can instantly be drawn to it, rather than just like a picture of me or me sipping coffee or something like that. Like the little sticky note that has like 1 sentence on it tells you what the post is going to be about, which gets people to stop and read. But I use sticky notes when I'm like going to do content like this too. And the way that I do it and the way that this works is you actually just put the sticky note, I don't have a sticky note on me. They're all being used. You put it right on your phone, and then you can say, hey, I'm coming to you today talking about sore ankles, blah, blah, blah. And so then you have that right in front of you, and you have the bullet points. Now, it doesn't have exactly the entire script, but I have this little method that I've developed that makes it easy to write those things down. And then when you go on camera, what you can do is just read those different things and talk about those. The best thing to do is start with pain points. People want to know that you understand what their pain point is, whether it be they're not sure if this mole is something that I should be worried about, whether it be what SPF am I supposed to use for my kids, whether it be what do I do, or how do I know if I broke my ankle or I just have ankle pain, or how do I know if acid reflux is normal or if I need to get it checked out. So then what you do is you start with hooking them by explaining to them that you get that they're questioning or concerned. The way that most of my posts start is either I hear this from a lot of patients. I hear from a lot of patients that they're unsure of what to do about Thanksgiving this year. Or I get asked all the time about blank. I hear from a lot of patients about blank. I get asked a lot about blank. Or I know you might be wondering about blank. Those are 3 easy ways to start posts. And if you study my posts that I do on my pediatric side, you'll see that I use those and iterations of those almost continuously as here's how we start a post. I know that you're thinking about this. I know that you're questioning about this. And then what people do is they realize, okay, he gets me. He gets my question. From there, what you can go into is, and if you look at this method, I don't know if I can blow this up. I think I can if I click this button. Whoops, there we go. So hook, outcome, testimonial. So then what you want to do is tell them, I get it, and here's what you can expect. After you read this post, after you watch this video, you'll understand this better. This is what we're going to talk about in this piece of content. A testimonial helps to establish that you're an authority. I see patients all the time in my office that have this question, that sort of thing. It's, oh, they actually see these patients in their office that have these same sort of questions. And then you can do your points. So here's how to tell if it's a broken ankle versus an ankle sprain, and then here's what to do. You've established that you understand them, you have shown that you have credibility, and then you've answered the question. And then from there, what you want to do is leave them with some sort of call to action. The call to action can be, hey, hit the like button so next time you are looking for good information, you find me. Or check out our website where we talk about this in more detail. Or watch this other video that I did about blank. Some sort of next step. And it might just be comment below if this is something that you've been wondering about. Comment yes in all caps if you've been wondering about this. Something along those lines that gets them to engage again. Not only does that cement in them that like this was valuable content from their perspective, but it tells Facebook, it tells Instagram, it tells LinkedIn or wherever you're posting that people like this message because they took the time to comment on it and like it and those sorts of things. So if you can do that, you'll be on your way to creating content that engages your audience. I know it's something that a lot of people struggle with is how to make content that actually engages your audience. It isn't just vomiting back what you've read on what your academy or whatever WebMD says. It's content that actually shows that you as the individual physician get it and get what they're going through. Now I want you to comment yes below if that makes sense, and comment what post you're going to write this week. I would love to know what specialty you are and what post you're going to put up this week. It could be a typed post, it could be an image with some text, it could be a video. The sticky note method actually helps for all of those, and there's a link in the comments below that will get you this free PDF of exactly how to structure your content so that you can easily make content that engages your audience. It doesn't take videos every day. It doesn't take hours of your time. You can do it on literally one sticky note to make content that brings new patients into your office. Hopefully this has been helpful. Keep up the good work.